Continuing on the using up theme, I have, as I often have, a craving for pasta tonight. This is very much an invention, so I will film it and then I will be able to write the recipe based on what I film. I have got some, is it rigatoni pasta? It's here, sorry, it's here cooking. I'm going to drain that and reserve some of the water. Chorizo, onion. I had 1 stick of celery in the fridge, so that's going to go in. I had 2 mushrooms, they're going in, and I've got a tin of tomatoes. There'll be some garlic that goes in and probably a generous pinch of chili. Oh yes, and I've also thought the herb that would be nice with it will be oregano. So let's get going. Pasta is drained and just sitting to the side, and I have kept a little cup of pasta water. I'm going to do just a tiny little drizzle of olive oil from our holiday. And the first thing that's going to go in will be onions, and I will saute them. In fact, I'm going to put the onions in with the celery. They can go in together. And I'm going to saute those on a low light for 5 to 7 minutes until they're nice and soft. I'm now going to add garlic. Those of you that have watched my films before, you know that I love to use a truffle slice to cut up garlic. It's just sensational. It was Anthony Bourdain who felt that those garlic press things are just a complete no-no. You lose so much. And I always think of that scene from Goodfellas. Was it Goodfellas or was it Sopranos? I think it was Goodfellas, where they're in prison and they're slicing garlic for their tomato sauce with a razor blade. Anyway, I digress. So garlic's gone in, and now the chorizo's gone in. I'm still going to keep that on a low light because I don't want things to burn, and I want the chorizo to release its oil. Quite often as I make these films, I find myself always trying to simplify a recipe, and I realise that's not why I do these films. I am not somebody who's going to post on TikTok. Hopefully you're watching this because you just want some flavour ideas and to see what I'm cooking in the kitchen. So when I do things like, which I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to add wine to it. You could probably do it without the wine, but I'm just showing you how I pack loads of flavour in. Anyway, the chorizo is now really cooked down, so the next thing I'm going to put in, and I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit, are the mushrooms, and I'm going to cook those for a few minutes until they get a bit of colour on them as well. Nicely coloured, heat is turned up. The reason I want to add wine is because I love a bit of acidity in my sauce. There will be acidity from the tomatoes, but I just want a little bit more, and this will also help just deglaze the pan. That's probably only about 50 ml of white wine, and I will just let that cook out, and that can get absorbed into the mushrooms. That's nicely reduced now. I'm going to add the plum tomatoes. They'll probably splash all over the wall when I do this, but I just break them up. You've seen me do this many times before. There is a part of me that really loves doing it. There's nothing better than squeezing some plum tomatoes. I can't stop the film at the moment because my hands are getting stuck in. I am going to just lower the heat a little and put the last of it in. I'm just going to swill out the tin with a little bit of that pasta cooking water. Nothing goes to waste. That can go in there. And I'm going to add a couple of pinches of oregano, or oregano if you're American. Lovely smell. And a pinch of dry chili flakes, or as we like to call them, because they were used a lot during lockdown when we had, you won't be able to see because it'll be backwards, but we call our chili flakes Roxy, and it's got her name on it because she had chili with everything. Just to say, you can't rush a good tomato sauce. I want to leave this now for 15, possibly 20 minutes. We'll see how we go. So it goes almost jammy. I still have some of the cooking water that I can save at the end if it becomes, you know, too thick and it needs to be let down a bit. I'm just going to show you. So this is ready now for me to add the pasta to it. It's much less watery than it was. That's cooked for, I've let that bubble for about 10 minutes. I've got the pasta here, which is going to get, just going to stir that through, coat it completely, because some of it might have stuck together if it's been there for a while. So coat it totally, leave it to cook for a couple of minutes, and then I'll serve it up. And this is a time actually where I find tongs. Tongs are probably one of my most favourite things in the kitchen as opposed to a spatula. I find that tonging food, you can really move it around and get everything nicely coated. Here we are, finished dish, looks delish. I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of basil.